In April 1990, an undergraduate student was nearing the end of her studies, exhausted by a schedule of final exams and double shifts at a local restaurant. Her body was operating under extreme academic and physical stress. While working a dinner shift, she felt a sudden pop in her stomach. Intense, doubling over pain vanished instantly, but the reprieve was temporary. After a dinner out the following night, she began vomiting blood, a symptom she and her husband dismissed as a reaction to her meal of duck with cherry sauce and red wine. By the next morning, her condition became critical. She collapsed on the bathroom floor with fixed eyes and no pulse. Her husband found her and immediately began CPR while dialing 911. We often push past exhaustion, rationalizing away clear signals of physical distress. We maintain the momentum of our daily lives until the body reaches a hard limit and effectively forces a shutdown. As the emergency unfolded, her consciousness underwent a total separation. Her spirit floated upward toward the ceiling, looking down at her physical form. She was experiencing two distinct realities. From the ceiling, she watched the room in total silence. Simultaneously, she felt the physical reality of the scene below, the cold ECG leads on her skin, and the tightening pressure of a blood pressure cuff. From her vantage point above the stairs, her spirit watched an army of paramedics move her physical body toward the exit. She remained in this dual state as she was wheeled into the crisp morning air and loaded into the ambulance. As the vehicle sped toward the hospital, her spirit monitored the staff working to save her, completely detached from the physical trauma. This moment reveals a striking paradox. At the exact second her biological systems were closest to failure, her consciousness was functioning with total clarity and a sense of complete detachment. The dual state ended with a loud hum. She felt a final detachment from the physical realm and was pulled backward into a different space. She emerged on a snow-capped mountain range overlooking a valley of deep emerald green. The sky was the dark blue seen at the Kármán line, the outer limit of the atmosphere where deep space begins. Her sense of a separate self evaporated. She experienced the mountains, the valley, and the sky as extensions of her own consciousness, unified into a single field of existence. Under a massive tree, she found herself surrounded by animals, including her dog Holly, who had died just days earlier. The Rottweiler appeared young and strong, greeting her with a physical affection that felt entirely real. This peace was interrupted by her husband's voice, calling her name from a great distance. As his shouts became more frantic, the sound acted like a tether. As soon as she acknowledged him, she felt a force that pulled her backward, away from the valley and out of that realm. While she had experienced a state of unified love and peace, the emotional distress of those left behind remained a powerful force, capable of drawing a consciousness back to the physical world. Her journey then shifted to a sunlit garden containing a shallow pool. She stepped into the water and felt a palpable energy that vibrated through her, providing a sense of healing and rejuvenation. In the garden, she met a guide named Hote, who appeared as a Buddhist monk. He explained that this garden was a restorative halfway point for spirit energy that had recently left the physical body. Hote described the afterlife as a place of continued education. He outlined 3 specific levels of training: animal caregiving, plant caregiving, and the healing arts. After showing her a glimpse of a meadow filled with animals, Hote told her she could not stay. This time she was only a visitor, and he sent her consciousness back to the physical plane. Her account frames the afterlife as a workplace, a specific environment where the soul acquires skills intended to be brought back and utilized in the physical world. She awoke in the ICU, where doctors had finally identified and laser-sealed the ruptured vessel caused by a perforated ulcer. She had lost 30% of her blood and had been coded twice in the ER. Returning home, her sensory perception had shifted. She found herself hypersensitive to sound and smell, and she could see a vibrating life force, an aura, radiating from the plants in her yard. Her body also began interacting with electronics in disruptive ways. Simply touching a light switch or walking under a street lamp frequently resulted in blown light bulbs. Everyday tasks became difficult. She often experienced an electric shock with an audible snap and a visible spark when reaching for cans on metal grocery store shelves. The energetic force she encountered in the garden pool appeared to have integrated with her biology. This energy didn't dissipate upon her return. It remained active and measurable through its effects on the world around her. To test these new abilities, she collaborated with a university physics professor on a controlled experiment. They divided marigold seedlings into a control group and an intervention group receiving healing energy. After 3 weeks, the data showed a significant difference. The control group grew to 6 inches, while treated seedlings reached 10 inches and entered full bloom. The experiment resulted in healthy, double-crested flower heads, providing empirical evidence of accelerated growth in the plants she touched. The validity of her journey was later reinforced by a gift from her mother-in-law, who unknowingly brought her a garden statue of the exact guide she had met, Hote. This story suggests that our conscious identity is not tied to the biological life of the body. We are composed of a persistent energy that survives physical death, a force that can be actively used to influence and heal the living world today.